Oh, and congratulations. It's kind of mad being here now, personally from where I started 5 years ago in the old primal that became SBG Charlestown. So you've got 2 floors here. This is the new SBG Charlestown. It's just across the way from
literally a couple of units down, yeah.
So, and it's done now. I know this has been a long slog for you, but it's done now. How does it feel to have it done?
I'm relieved, first and foremost. Like, you know what I mean, we just literally finished last night. I think I left here about 11 o'clock last night. We've been in the unit about 2 months, maybe a little over 2 months. My lease went short in the other place. We had to move in here early. We put in another floor. We put in a strength and conditioning area, boxing rings, bags, cages, everything, all from none. So it's just great to see that the facility is finished, and we have a facility that I think the team needed, and the north side needs as well. Like there's some big gyms over the south side, but I don't think there's anything like this on this side of Dublin at the moment. And I'm happy it's my gym, and I'm happy for my team, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes.
But this was always a dream, to have a gym like this. Even when you were fighting, John Kavanagh always said, oh, you just had that mentality to be a great coach, and obviously you are a great coach now. Success proves that. But this was always the dream, to open a space like this, to open, you're over a couple of floors here, you've got offices and everything back there as well. You even have showers now, Owen, it's amazing.
Yeah, the luxury of a shower is amazing, you know what I mean? The lads don't know themselves. We have just randomers coming in now, just asking to use the shower. Just throw them an old application form as well. I might get 1 or 2.
For at least a month. At least a month before you use the shower.
Yeah. No, but it's well overdue. It's well needed. But and yeah, exactly. I've been coaching for many years, and we've been coaching in that small place, and we just didn't have. There's something to be said about having a cage and having a boxing ring and stuff like that for people for my fighters to train in, because it gets them familiar with it. It gets them used to getting into that cage and getting used to the surroundings and stuff like that. And when you're doing fight simulation and stuff like that, it really helps to have that. Like in the last facility, we're just doing everything off the padded wall, and it does the job. But as you start going up those levels and you're fighting at the elite level, you need to have your sparring and stuff as similar to a fight as possible. And this facility, I mean, some amazing athletes. We've already got amazing athletes, but the next wave of athletes coming out of this facility is going to be on par with the best in the world. Yeah,
that must be exciting as well to see these young guys coming through, because I've even seen them now. They're younger and younger when they're coming up and training, and it's kind of scary to see. Like these kids are coming in at 14, 15 or whatever, but maybe a background in karate or kempo or whatever it is, and now they're going to be mixed martial artists.
Yeah, and our youth program, we take kids on here from age 6 up in Charlestown, and we have kids. I have a kid here, little Curtis. He's training 7 years. He's doing it since he's first. I think he's 11 or 12 now. I want to see this kid, unbelievable grappler, amazing striking, and he's 12. He's got another 6 years before he can turn pro. The next wave of fighters are going to be phenomenal. You know what I mean? At age 18 they could have 10 to 12 years experience under their belt in every aspect of mixed martial arts, boxing and kickboxing and Thai boxing, jiu-jitsu, judo, wrestling. We do it all here, and kids are doing classes in that on a daily basis from age 6 up. It's going to be interesting to see where the sport is in another 10 years.
How early do you see that in a kid? How early do you see that? Because I know you trained the kids as well in SBG Concord too.
Yeah.
From what an age you this kid is actually, how his understanding of movement, is able to retain information, or just being kind of genetically gifted. How can you see that?
Very early on, first couple of classes. I'm teaching kids now. I'm competing and training about 14 years. So I've been teaching kids for a long time, but you can tell very quickly who's going to pick it up quickly and who's going to take a little bit more time. Everyone will get it if you persevere and you stick at it and you're enjoying it, which is the most important thing. If the kids are coming up here and they're not enjoying the training, they won't stick at it, so they'll never progress. Yeah. But if you're enjoying your training, everyone will pick it up. But there are some kids that have just got great coordination, stuff like that, and a great mentality. When other kids are looking at the ceiling and just enjoying everything that's going on around them, there's other kids that are enjoying everything that's going on the mat and watching all the details. And when you see a kid like that, you know that kid's going to go far, this kid's going to go far.
That's a kid as well kind of gravitating towards a certain sport. Like these
Exactly.
kids could have been rugby, could have been Ghana, could have been wherever, but it's MMA for whatever reason.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, you know, who knows what we'll, you know, what we'll fall in love with. You know what I mean? I like martial arts as a kid. You know what I mean? My brother was a brown belt in traditional martial arts, and I'd done it for a couple of months. But then I moved into football, and I played football for a good few years. I didn't know I was ever going to go back into mixed martial arts. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was driving forklifts and stuff, and then, you know, the usual story. You see Hoist Gracie, a little skinny kid with a gi on, choking monsters. Yeah. I'm like, I'm a little skinny kid. I want to learn what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. I searched all the papers. The back pages of the papers used to have like little advertisements, you know, the most elite martial arts, come join our class, you know what I mean? You go up and it's a load of katas and stuff. It's like, that's not, I want to learn how to do the Hoist Gracie stuff, like, you know, the choking, and, you know, I want to kill this guy 6'8", like.
Yeah, but it's mad, see, the kids now that are probably looking at MMA fighters, and, you know, they're looking at Conor or any of these guys, are Wonderboy, GSP and stuff. Back then, like, kind of, you know, around people around our age, we didn't have that, and it's even talking to Cole Pendred and stuff. It's like Bruce Lee or it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah. That was the martial arts inspiration back then.
It was, it did, yeah. Like all Bruce Lee films, all Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was in Belgium, and I was sick. I thought Jean-Claude Van Damme was going to be at the Cage Warriors, and I was devastated. He put up a picture with the lad that was fighting on the main card. I forget, he trains in SPG. I forget his name at the moment, but and I was like, oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme's going to be there. This is it. This is the best moment in my life, like, you know what I mean? And he was never there. I shed a little tear. But yeah, so it was martial arts movies where we got our inspiration from, because you know, martial arts competitions and combat wasn't in the forefront like it is now with the UFC, and even with Glory and all the K1 shows and stuff like that, and now the jiu-jitsu, the EBOs and stuff. You have access to it, so lots of people are watching it, and it's great, you know.
How has the last, say, 10-12 months been for you in particular? Because it's been a strange year, I suppose, and you've kind of come back now, and Conor has been fighting, but you've been concentrating more on your own fighters and guys in the shows in Bama and stuff, like, you know, Dean's been in Bama. But for you personally, you came back from Vegas after the Mayweather fight, and you're on the Late Late Show. Yeah. That's a surreal. That must be a surreal feeling to kind of think. Yeah, did you ever think you'd end up here?
No, never. I never thought I'd be on the Late Late Show. Like, I mean, for Irish people, the Late Late Show is like,
that's it.
The top notch. All the mammies watch the Late Late Show. You're just, if you want to get in with all the mammies, you get on the Late Late Show, you know. But yeah, no, it was surreal to be sitting there with Huberty and to be. And
he's a big MMA fan as well.
He is. He was very interested in what we were talking about and what went on and stuff like that. So it was a really big highlight, to be honest. And you know, as you say, your mum's always going to be proud of me on the Late Late Show. So my mum was telling everybody in the court and stuff like that. Oh yeah, my son's on the Late Late Show this week, and it was just crazy. It was brilliant. You know what I mean? One of those things to tick off the bucket list, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, it was nice.
And like, I suppose personally as well, you know, you and Kelly have just had another baby this year, so you have 3 kids now. So did it kind of suit, I suppose, to some degree, that there wasn't like I have to go to Vegas for 4 weeks, or have to go to Russia for 6 weeks and do a training camp somewhere? Yeah,
well, you know what, I went when the baby was when Evie was born. I went straight to Vegas for the Mayweather fight. Like, the baby was only, I think, a month old, and I was gone. Like, I missed. I was well for a month, and then I was gone for 2 months. So
you understand the wife. Very understand the wife.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Honestly, like, yeah, she does everything. Like, you know what I mean? She takes care of the kids. She takes care of the gym. She's up in the gym as well. Like, I went for the Mayweather fight. She's looking after 3 kids. She's working part time. She's coming up to the gym after that and making sure everything is all right here. And I'm in Vegas. I'm doing something, you know, that not many people ever get to do, and she supports me. She says, I'd never hold you back from that like that. But like, there's times when I'm sitting at the pool, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm just lying at the pool, and I'm like, what are you doing? Well, the kids are wrecking the gaff, and I have to go up to the gym, and it's 7 o'clock. So she, you know, she does a lot, you know, and I'm very, very grateful for her. And I'm just hoping that, you know, having this new facility and, you know, a couple of fights down the line and a couple of other, you know, things that we're setting up, that we can be set then in the near future, and we can all relax and give her a bit of a break, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose you've been in the bubble so many times for those McGregor camps in particular, because it feels like when those camps are happening, the whole world is watching.
Yeah.
Like, you really are, and you're in this bubble, so obviously you're not going to feel her as much, do you? Or do you?
No, you don't. You know, it's when you're in camp, it's the same people around all the time, but it's like if you're training. I mean, if you're training and you're in the middle of a training session or wherever, you're 100% focused on that, and what's going on around you, you don't really take in.
Yeah.
And when you go into camp, everybody just goes into this, as you say, this bubble where, okay, we're up at training now at 3 o'clock today, then we're all going to go home and we're going to eat, and we'll do a bit of cardio that night, we'll do video analysis at 10 o'clock that night, and then we go up and do it tomorrow. There's a big schedule, so you just stay on the schedule, and there's very little downtime apart from sitting at home for an hour, eating and you know, chilling at the gaff before you're back out doing something else. So it's you stay in that bubble, and you have to be like that. Everybody's focused on everybody has their eyes on the prize, and we're all dedicated 100% to achieving the goal, whatever that goal is at the time, you know. And
like, obviously the vlogs that you do, the SPG Charlottetown vlogs have been used, they've gotten millions of views as well. And kind of what comes with that level of attention and that having that magnifying glass over you is trolls and kind of people. And some of these trolls are actually in the MMA world as well, like some of the stuff that these lads come out with. How are you dealing with the kind of crazier aspect to becoming more well known?
You know what, I just leave them to it. Like, you get 50% of your stuff is like people just giving you stick about whatever they can do. Look at him. Look at his nose all bent. Or look at the state of him. Or that's a shit technique he showed. Or whatever it is, it's, you know, somebody will hate it. You know what I mean? But I just if it gives some people joy to give me a bit of shit, then I'm happy to help them along the way. You know what I mean? If they get off the internet after giving me a lot of abuse and they feel great after doing that, I'm like, you're welcome.
They just don't want to bump into you. That's a different kind of
Nah, I'm not pushed. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If there's a lot of attention on you, you're going to get a lot of shit. Like. But at the end of the day, it's coming from people. Most of the time, it's coming from people that don't really know anything about the sport. I haven't done that at the level that I have, or that most coaches have. So, I mean, their opinion is not that important, but. You know, it's fun. It's fun to read. Some people get very creative.
They do, don't they? As well. You can channel that in different ways. Like,
it's great. Like, some people are, you know, the abuse is good. Like, you know, so.
Was that the talk there last week in Liberty Hall that Robin Black did? It was really
cool. I missed it. Yeah,
and you had John Kavanagh on stage as well, and it was brilliant. And John said on stage that the fight he would love to see happen next for Conor McGregor was Nate Diaz. Yeah. That's a fight he really, if he could personally pick, that's the fight that he wants to see happen next. What about you?
No, everyone. I'd love to see that fight again, because the trilogy is just awesome. But you know what? I always say, what's getting the most attention, and you know, the Khabib fight seems to be brewing up nicely. Like, you know what I mean? And I think the fans are starting to get behind it. I always say, you know, wherever the fans get behind, like, I honestly didn't believe that the Mayweather fight was going to happen, but the fans got behind it, and then when Conor and Mayweather started talking, you knew it was going to happen.
How real is that shit talk when you're in it? Because you've been there for some time.
Legit.
You've been in the middle of it a couple of times as well. How real is it?
Peacekeeper.
Because you get people all the time going, this is like, you know, it's just it's WWE.
It's not staged at all. Nothing is staged. Like, at the end of the day, if you're fighting, especially with Conor, if you're fighting Conor, he's going to kill you. Like, and if he sees you, like, if he's at a press conference, he'll go at you. Like, it'll take a lot for him not to go at you. You know, the only thing that'll stop him is if you lose a few bob, probably. Like, do you know what I mean? And rightfully so. Like, but now when he signs a fight, now it's you know, he's looking to inflict as much damage on you as much as he can, as quickly as he can. Like, you know what I mean? There's no, after the fight, he's very, very respectful, and he'll always give every one of his opponents, he gives them the credit they deserve, win, lose or draw. He never, you know, a lot of fighters will come up with excuse, stuff like that. He'll stand by what happened in any fight, and he'll give them the respect that they deserve. But beforehand, he doesn't like you, and he's going in to dismantle you. You know what I mean?
So you'd like to see the Khabib fight? That's the fight you'd like to.
I think I'd like to see I'd like to see that fight. You know, I think it's brewing up nicely, but who knows what fight is next? I'd love to. Most importantly, I'd just love to see. I always say this: another McGregor extravaganza. Another McGregor fight. Just everyone. It's different. Yeah. It's different to anything in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone in Ireland gets to get behind them. You know, everyone all over the world now just likes to get behind them, and we all meet up, and whether it's Vegas or wherever it is, we all have a big party. He goes in, knocks somebody out, we all go berserk, and then we go out and celebrate. Like, it's just unbelievable. You know, fighters like him don't come that often. Like, so, you know, I wasn't around for the Ali era, like, but I'm sure the people that grew up in the Ali era was like, you're never going to see anything like this again for another generation or another 2 generations. It's the same with Conor. Like, we're all very fortunate to be in it. You know, living in this time where he's, you know, especially in Ireland, where he's this superstar that's allowing us to go over and experience these, you know, have these super memories that we're all going to look back on in 15 years and think, wow, that was an amazing time. Like, so I'm just happy to be on board and be right in the middle of it and be helping out and participating somewhat, you know. And
another fight that's kind of getting branded around a little bit now, and I think if the Khabib fight doesn't happen, this is what he's going to go for, and he says he wants his GSP. He's obviously won the middleweight belt. Yeah. We'll probably have to come back down to lightweight to 155 to fight Conor.
Yeah.
That has to be an attraction for you as a coach to coach against.
Yeah,
GSP.
One of the best to ever do it as well. Like, GSP is he's a tricky code to crack, most definitely. Same with Khabib. Like, you know, that style. It's every fighter can be broke down and you can come up with a plan to beat them. Nobody's 100% perfect. You know what I mean? There's all flaws in everybody's games. There's flaws in GSP's game. There's flaws in Khabib's game, and they both do what they do really, really well. But at the end of the day, like, for me, the thing that Conor has over all of them is he's so good at landing shots. He'll land a shot within the first minute, and 99% of people just can't take it. Them small gloves, he is going to land on you. He's going to catch it. He's going to catch it on the chin or on the temple, and you know, there's very few people that can deal with that. And once that happens, doesn't matter how good you are anywhere. Once you're rocked, everything goes out the window, and you're on autopilot, and you don't want to be trying to fight him on autopilot, because you just let his traps, and he puts people away. You see it time and time again. So, but it's just exciting. It's just another, like, you know, every fight is exciting. Okay, how do we approach this guy? What's he going to come up with? You know, what threats does he have, and where's the flaws? Okay, these are the threats. How do we nullify them? These are the flaws. How do we capitalise on them? And you know, we do it. It's not just me. It's a team effort. It's John. It's Conor. Conor has a huge input on what shots. He's such a smart fighter as well. People don't see that. People just think, oh, he goes in and just lands the left hand. But it's everything before that left hand lands. It's all he's leading people into that position, and he's very good at doing it. And John is very good at what he does. I'm very good at what I do. And you know, if it's we're fighting wrestlers, Sergey comes in, and phenomenal wrestling coach, and you know, Dylan will be there, and the team it's a phenomenal team, and we have all angles covered. Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting. So
it'd be nice as well to see as well, because this is your space. SPG Charlestown is your gym, so we can expect to see Conor up here.
Yeah.
For that next week, doing a bit of training up here.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I'm sure he'll like the facility, man. It's top of the range. So I'm sure he'll like what we have here, and definitely get up, and we'll get a few pad sessions in here and do a few bits and bobs. Yeah, exciting.
And before I let you go, final question. John Kavanagh has said, fight will be before the end of the year. He'd almost bet anything on the fight being before the end of the year. Is that what you see happening as well? Are you hearing the same stuff?
Yeah, I would like to think so. Yeah, most definitely. I'd like to think Conor's like he's in the gym, killing it all the time. So yeah, it's starting to brew. Like, he deserved a bit of a break after the Mayweather fight. He'd been fighting straight for 4 years, like, and
it's the press tours as well.
Yeah, it's just the amount of, and you know what, he gives everything 100%, like, you know what I mean? He's phenomenal when it comes to the media, he's phenomenal when it comes to doing the press conferences and doing the you know, the media walkouts and all of this. That all takes huge effort, and he puts a lot of effort into all of that. And then his camps and the fights, he puts so much effort into that, and to do that at the highest level, to be all eyes on him for the past 4 years, to be the face of the UFC for the past 4 years, and to do it without a bother, it wears thin, I'm sure, like, you know what I mean. But now he's got his break, and now he's hungry, and he's looking for another head to
do you see that?
take
off.
off.
Hunger in him now? Can you see it? Like,
Yeah,
itching to get back in there?
yeah, most definitely. He's looking to go. It's just I'm sure he's just negotiating now at the moment, but yeah, he's hungry and looking to go again.
Well, Owen, this is a genuinely incredible space.
Thank you.
It's been a privilege to be part of it for the last 5 years, and hopefully some more years going forward.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the new facility just as much as I do. Yeah, I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you.
Thanks, pal.
Cheers, pal.